Is Peacemaker even a superhero show? Well, not according to James Gunn. So let's talk about it in this video. Hello everyone, Danny here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we'll be doing a review for Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 5, Back to the Future. This was a very interesting episode. These are actually kind of short, like overall 36 minutes only of runtime. That included the opening and the recap. There's some stuff in the back, so you'll see that the full runtime on the app it's 45 minutes, but that's because we finally get another one of those piece by piece where James Gunn and the cast and the crew kind of talk a little bit about the show, specifically James Gunn mentioning that season 2 of Peacemaker is really about Christopher Smith, the person, as opposed to season 1 where it was really about the Peacemaker. And that's he even mentioned that this is not really a superhero show anymore. It is a human show. It is something about something, some just people living their lives, going through the struggle, and we really do get to see that. I think I have been wondering why so much of the show is um, Christopher Smith out of the Peacemaker suit. Right, he's mostly just been Christopher Smith, even going into the other dimension when he does some shenanigans. So yeah, it's been very interesting. But overall, I think this issue was kind of set to be a turning point, and I feel like it is. But it just kind of leaves us at the door. No pun intended. So let's get into the spoilers. If you haven't seen it, come back. We'll talk about it because I'm going to go through some of the big events of this episode, give you some more thoughts, theories, and what do we expect. Especially because at the end of the episode, you also get to see like next week's. We get to see Peacemaker being taken down at the park. Right, last we saw Emilia called him over for a meeting. Obviously, this is all being set up by Argus. Uh, Argus ends up taking the Peacemaker down because of Emilia, who did it to prevent him from being killed. Right? He had a very good idea. He knew that there was trouble because Emilia used their code word copacetic, which means stay out of here. Stay. There's trouble afoot. Um, but we do get to see one of the things that was very interesting in Argus is that we do learn that Sasha Bordeaux, the agent, she's actually a cyborg. She has an implant. She's augmented. As she's about to take a shot on Peacemaker, we see that her eye is like a cyborg eye. So, and then later on, Economos and Hardcore are talking about who she really is and why she became a cyborg, how it happened during a plane accident, and then Argus fixed her up. So it explains why her character has a lot of loyalty towards Argus. We get to see her relationship evolve here with Rick Flag Sr. as well. But as they do bring Peacemaker back to Argus, Flag Sr. and Peacemaker finally have a face off in which all that happens is we see Rick Flag Sr. beat the ever loving crap out of Peacemaker. Other than that, like they have to stop it. They come up with a plan. They book Peacemaker into the system, which means that now there's a trace of where he is, and you know, obviously they can't really send him off all beat up, so they let him go. But yeah, Emilia and Economos really trying to play within the rules. We even see Fleary, Tim Meadows' character. He acknowledges that that was the right thing to do to probably stop Rick Flag Sr. from going further. The gang ends up picking up Peacemaker, but this is just kind of a trap. So it's interesting because we don't know is Rick Flag Sr. playing the part of like pretending to want revenge, so that Peacemaker will think that he's being sloppy with the investigation, or is he really being driven by revenge? Either way, Judo Master tells them out. Now, while all this is going on, we get to see it almost feels like a completely different show, like a cartoon. We see St. Clair still hunting down Eagly, but all that eventually does get resolved. Like even with the music cues, like it feels like it's supposed to be a goofier, lighter tone, and I guess it is, but to me, it just detracted away from the main story. It felt like a little bit of filler in this episode so that we would have a full episode. But ultimately, we do find out that Eagly is the prime eagle. Eagly does have some kind of power to control other eagles because he calls on other eagles and they end up killing St. Clair. So goodbye, Michael Rooker. Thank you for your service here. Uh, as Peacemaker kind of gets ready to leave, he leaves a note behind for the gang, and then he just decides to leave to another dimension. He takes Eagly, but Judo Master does chase them after. He does go into because he did tell them he was at the cabin, so he does go end up in the portal as well. So we'll see how that plays out. The note is pretty somber, but ultimately he left behind the alien device so that maybe they could give that to Argus and fall back in their good graces. But man, Vigilante is distraught. Like he's sobbing. Adebayo tries to comfort him. Great performance. In the other Earth, we see that the top trio kills a kaiju, which I try to look close enough. It really looked like the kaiju that we saw in the Superman film, just like a little bit different color tone. So it just makes me wonder if it's something similar, or if it's something even that the top trio or Argus or somebody released into the wild so that they would stop it. Right? It really feels like a move where I wonder if we might even see a Lex in this other Earth. So I think the next episode, we're going to the other Earth. Like that is inevitable. So we'll definitely find out more and more. We'll see if any of those theories about this being like the Earth X from the comics hold up. So very interesting stuff overall. Very excited for the next episode. I think this show's it's just gonna be a lot better altogether, maybe, or in like in little arcs, week by week. You definitely maybe like this one just didn't feel like it was enough. It was only like I said, 36 minutes. Like yeah, there's episodes of the paper are longer than 36 minutes. So and that's just a sitcom. So interesting. Like I said, stay tuned though. The piece by piece afterwards is pretty interesting, and maybe that's why they dropped that in here to have a fuller episode, or at least to make it seem like the episode was longer than it was. So either way, let me know, what do you think of this season so far? I ultimately don't feel like this is as strong of a season as season one, but maybe they can really stick it with the landing. I mean, we have a few episodes left. I believe they have a total of 8, and this was 5. So excited to see where we go from here. Either way, as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe. Let me know, what else are you watching on HBO Max? What are you watching for the weekend? How do you feel about all this? And do you think we'll see a Superman cameo? That's the really thing. That's a really important thing. Will Superman show up in this season of Peacemaker? Thank you for watching, and please stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.